Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Mind Detox, the podcast that delves deep into the human experience. And today's episode is particularly close to my heart. Our focus is on a topic that resonates universally: loneliness. Throughout this episode, we'll delve into the nuanced concept of loneliness, difference between loneliness and solitude, examining the root causes that contribute to this emotional state, exploring the consequential health risks associated with loneliness, and finally, offering thoughtful insights on how to effectively deal with loneliness. If you're enjoying the content so far, don't forget to show some love by hitting that like button. Your support fuels our enthusiasm to bring you more engaging videos. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you become a valued member of our community, staying updated on all the latest content. If you have any question or suggestion, drop a comment below. We love hearing your thoughts, insights, and suggestions. Your comments contribute to the vibrant discussions within our community. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you for being part of our journey. Now, let's dive into today's exciting episode. Around 42% of adults in the United States report feeling lonely, with young adults aged 18 to 22 experiencing loneliness at higher rates. It's crucial to recognize that loneliness is not just a personal issue but a societal concern. A report says that the risk of premature death due to loneliness increased by 26% and 29% due to social isolation. Furthermore, the lack of social connection can increase the risk of anxiety, depression, stroke, heart disease, and dementia. Loneliness is actually a state of mind. Loneliness causes people to feel empty, alone, and unwanted. People who are lonely often crave human contact, but their state of mind makes it more difficult to form connections with others. Loneliness is a feeling that sneaks in when you sense that you're alone or not getting the kind of friendships or connections you really want. It's not just about physically being by yourself. It's also about not feeling happy with the quality or number of your social relationships. Imagine you're in a room full of people, but it feels like no one really gets you or cares about what you have to say. That feeling, that's loneliness. It's like you're missing something in your friendships or relationships, and it can make you feel sad or down. In today's digital era, loneliness has taken on new dimensions. While social media promises connection, excessive use can contribute to feelings of isolation. A report from the Kaiser Family Foundation states that the average American spends over 11 hours per day interacting with digital media. Loneliness can show up for different reasons. Maybe you moved to a new place, or your friends have changed, and you're having a hard time making new connections. Sometimes, even if you're talking to people on social media or texting, it might feel like you're far away from them because those connections don't feel deep or meaningful. If someone feels lonely for a long time, it can affect their health and make them more likely to feel sad or anxious. Loneliness is something a lot of people experience at some point in their lives. Now, let's dig a bit deeper into this feeling. Loneliness isn't just about physically being alone. It's also about not having the kind of social relationships that make you happy. It's like wanting to play your favorite game with friends, but no one is around or interested. That emptiness you feel inside, that's loneliness. Think about being in a big group of people, maybe at school or a party. Everyone is talking and laughing, but you feel like nobody really understands what you're going through or cares about your thoughts and feelings. That's when loneliness can show up, even in the middle of a crowd. Moving to a new place or having changes in your friendships can trigger loneliness. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. You're looking for those connections, but they seem hard to find. Even with social media and texting, it might feel like you're just talking on the surface, and those conversations don't fill the gap inside you. Now, here's something important. When someone feels lonely for a long time, it can affect not only how they feel emotionally, but also their physical health. It's like your body and mind are a team, and if one is not doing well, the other might feel a bit off too. So, it becomes crucial to find ways to connect with others, share your feelings with someone you trust, and try to build deeper, more meaningful friendships. Now let's understand the difference between loneliness versus solitude. Loneliness and solitude may seem similar, but they carry distinct meanings and emotional tones. Understanding the difference between the two is crucial in navigating our feelings and relationships. Let's start with loneliness. Loneliness is a feeling of sadness or isolation when you believe that you lack the connections or friendships you desire. It's like being at a party or in a crowded room, yet feeling like no one really understands you or cares about what you have to say. It's that sense of longing for meaningful connections, and when you experience loneliness, it can make you feel sad or down. Now, let's talk about solitude. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice to be alone and enjoy your own company. It's when you purposefully spend time by yourself, finding peace and contentment in being with your thoughts and activities without feeling lonely. Imagine you have a favorite quiet spot where you like to read or draw. When you're in solitude, you're choosing to be there because it brings you a sense of calm and joy. To illustrate the difference, let's imagine a scenario. Picture a student who loves reading. If this student spends time in their room, reading books and feeling content in their own company, that's solitude. They are choosing to be alone because they enjoy the time with their books, not because they feel lonely. Now, imagine another student who, at the same school, struggles to connect with classmates. They may feel left out during group activities and long for friends who understand them. That's loneliness. This student is experiencing a sense of isolation and sadness because they lack the connections they desire. Now let's talk about the causes of loneliness. Loneliness can stem from various factors, creating a sense of isolation and longing for meaningful connections. Understanding these causes is essential in finding ways to address and overcome loneliness. Imagine a student named Alex who recently moved to a new school. This scenario can be an example of one of the causes of loneliness: life transitions. Changes such as moving to a different place, starting a new school, or facing shifts in family dynamics can disrupt established social connections. Alex might feel alone because they haven't yet made friends in the new environment. Another common cause of loneliness is a change in friendships. For instance, if someone's best friend moves away, or if group dynamics shift, it can lead to feelings of isolation. Imagine a group of friends who used to spend a lot of time together, but suddenly, they start drifting apart. One friend may feel left out, experiencing loneliness as the connections they once had begin to fade. Individual factors can also contribute to loneliness. For example, someone with difficulty in making friends due to shyness or social anxiety might find it challenging to build connections. Picture a student who feels nervous about approaching classmates or initiating conversations. This difficulty in social interactions can result in feelings of loneliness because they struggle to establish the connections they desire. Technology and social media, while connecting people in many ways, can paradoxically contribute to loneliness. Consider a situation where friends communicate mainly through text messages or social media, and face-to-face interactions become less frequent. Despite being in touch digitally, the lack of deep, meaningful conversations can lead to a sense of disconnection, making someone feel lonely. Personal losses, such as the death of a loved one or a breakup, can also be significant causes of loneliness. Imagine a friend who recently experienced the loss of a pet. This emotional upheaval can create a void in their life, making them feel alone as they navigate the absence of a cherished companion. Health risks associated with loneliness. Loneliness is not only an emotional experience but also has tangible effects on physical health. The prolonged and chronic nature of loneliness can contribute to several health risks, impacting various systems within the body. Understanding these health risks is crucial for recognizing the importance of addressing and mitigating loneliness. 1. Mental health issues. Loneliness is closely linked to mental health problems such as depression and anxiety. The lack of meaningful social connections can lead to feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and heightened stress levels, contributing to the development or exacerbation of mental health conditions. 2. Cardiovascular problems. Chronic loneliness has been associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular issues. Elevated levels of stress hormones due to loneliness may lead to higher blood pressure and inflammation, increasing the likelihood of heart problems and cardiovascular diseases. 3. Weakened immune system. Loneliness can compromise the immune system's functionality. Research suggests that lonely individuals may have altered immune responses, making them more susceptible to infections and slower in recovering from illnesses. 4. Sleep disturbances. The emotional distress caused by loneliness can negatively impact sleep patterns. Individuals experiencing loneliness may struggle with insomnia, disrupted sleep, or overall poor sleep quality, which, over time, can contribute to a range of health issues. 5. Cognitive decline. Some studies indicate a potential link between loneliness and cognitive decline in older adults. The lack of social engagement and mental stimulation associated with loneliness may contribute to a higher risk of conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. 6. Unhealthy lifestyle choices. Loneliness can influence lifestyle behaviors. Individuals experiencing loneliness may be more prone to unhealthy habits such as poor dietary choices, lack of exercise, and increased substance use, which collectively contribute to a decline in overall health. 7. Inflammation. Loneliness has been associated with increased levels of inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is a risk factor for various health conditions, including arthritis, diabetes, and certain cancers. 8. Shortened lifespan. Studies suggest that persistent loneliness may be linked to a shorter lifespan. The cumulative impact of loneliness on physical and mental health can contribute to a higher risk of mortality, emphasizing the importance of addressing social isolation for long-term well-being. Now let's talk about how to deal with loneliness. Dealing with loneliness is an important skill that everyone can learn. Whether you've recently moved to a new place, experienced a change in friendships, or simply feel like you're missing connections, there are effective ways to overcome loneliness and build meaningful relationships. One approach to tackle loneliness is by actively seeking out social opportunities. Imagine a student, let's call them Sam, who recently changed schools and feels a bit lonely. Sam can start by joining clubs or activities that align with their interests. This could be anything from sports teams, art clubs, or even a book club. Engaging in shared activities provides a natural way to meet new people who share similar interests, making it easier to connect and form friendships. Open communication is a key aspect applicable to everyone dealing with loneliness. Encouraging individuals, regardless of their age, to express their feelings and share experiences with trusted friends, family members, or teachers is vital. Consider Emily, a student feeling left out among her friends. By talking to someone she trusts, Emily can gain valuable insights and support. Expressing feelings not only fosters understanding but can also alleviate loneliness as others offer empathy and guidance. Fostering existing relationships is universally essential in combating loneliness. Regardless of age, strengthening connections with current friends or classmates is impactful. For instance, sharing hobbies or interests can be a catalyst for organizing joint activities. Whether it's playing a game, studying together, or attending community events, cultivating deeper connections within existing friendships creates a supportive network. Embracing new experiences is another effective strategy to combat loneliness. Imagine a student, Jake, who feels isolated because he hasn't found friends who share his passion for music. Jake can consider attending local concerts or joining music classes to meet like-minded individuals. By stepping outside of one's comfort zone and participating in new activities, children can expand their social circles and discover shared interests with others. Volunteering and giving back to the community is a meaningful way to combat loneliness. Participate in charitable activities or community service. This not only provides a sense of purpose but also introduces them to people who share a commitment to making a positive impact. Working together towards a common goal fosters connections and helps alleviate feelings of isolation. Utilizing technology responsibly can also be a helpful tool in dealing with loneliness. While excessive screen time can contribute to isolation, using technology to connect with others can be beneficial. Join online communities related to their interests or engage in virtual activities with friends. Balancing online interactions with in-person connections can create a well-rounded approach to combating loneliness. Remember, you're not alone in feeling lonely. Lots of people go through it. It's like a cloud that can pass, and with a bit of effort, you can bring back the sunshine. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey. If you found value in today's discussion, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your engagement fuels our commitment to bringing you quality content. We appreciate your time and look forward to welcoming you back for more enriching conversations. Remember, your thoughts and comments are always welcomed. Let's continue this dialogue in the comments section. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay tuned for more engaging content.